So I was invested in that pretty much straight away, and I started working with him in 2008, functional movement training, which wasn't really dominant in professional sport, especially rugby league at that point in time. And I come back in the 2009 season. I thought I was on the right track, and started the season round 2. I do all my ligaments in my ankle and a spiral fracture in my fibula, my smaller bone in my leg under my knee. So I'm out again 4 years in a row. And I'm pretty lucky that the Roosters and I had a great relationship, and they just offered me a 1-year incentive deal, and I took that up. And I started really diving into and educating myself on nutrition and the power it really has in healing the body and recovery, and how it can decrease inflammation in the body and improve, all your states, mental, physical, and emotional, And I learned now that that's not separate. They're not all separate. They're all interconnected. If you help one, it helps the other. So I dived into really whole food nutrition, but healthier fats. So I was basically if you look at the basic food pyramid, I basically almost turned that upside down. And I was eating healthier fats, good quality protein, good quality plant foods. Bone broth was a staple in the diet, certain nuts and seeds. But I really focused on the quality of all those foods, of those products. My motto is everyone knows the saying, you are what you eat. I take that a step further. You are what your food eats. So if you're getting a good source of products, then you only get the right nutrients for the body to repair and heal and recover and regenerate. And I started seeing, I cut everything out basically. So I got rid of the medicine cabinet at home and just wiped it all. And I felt crap for 2 weeks, I'm not going to lie. It was just crap coming out of my body. But the first thing I really noticed was improved sleep. So if I was getting much more deeper sleep, I was recovering better. I was waking up with a clearer head, more mentally focused, making better decisions throughout the day. That means I could train harder. That means the body could repair quicker. So that's what I noticed first. And then from that, I just started to feel more mental clarity and body repairing. And I just really took it in where, this is... Then I started to realise this is really how I ate when I was a young kid. This is what my mum cooked up, food from the land, slow cooked a lot of meals, keeping the nutrition intact and all the enzymes so we can digest better. And then I thought, I never got injured as a kid. I never got injured for the first 6 years of my career when I played first grade either. So there's something in this. So I got really passionate about it, and I dove into the research and books and podcasts, and I still do now because I love it. And 2010, I was now 30. I hadn't played a full season since I was 26 in 2006, and I go on to play the next 5 years without an injury, and that was pretty amazing. I get to share in playing a couple other Origin games, and winning a grand final as captain. And when the chats that I speak to now, they're all great achievements, but there's always one thing that stands above it all. And I always show this image is the regeneration of my spine when I'm 34 compared to an image that I show when I'm 27, and every single tissue is compromised. All my discs are black in 2007. When I'm 27, I'm younger, professional athlete. When I show this other image when I'm 34, and all the health of my spine is just vibrant, white. It's all hydrated again. And the conventional doctors, the conventional model was saying that could not happen. And that's a pretty powerful image when I show that in a talk. And that's sort of not this now that I could see that, I could just see it. That was my path now. And I've had Minifit for a long time. My business, I was dealing with kids' holiday clinics, health and fitness programs. And then as I retired, Matt Elliott come to me and said, I've got the Change Room program and I want to get you on board. And he's got a story as well where he had an autoimmune disease, and reversed that through 4 simple steps that I live by now. And then, over the last couple of years is we're just looking for longevity is the key and the thing that I love now. I train most days. I do something every day. But that's my goal, is to feel good, train every day to feel good every day. And little simple, you can call them biohacks or bio-align, all that type of stuff, to add to a healthy lifestyle and lower the toxic load of our bodies can be really beneficial for long-term health. And that's when I got introduced to the nutrigenomics products through Maddie and through you, Arthur. And I've been taking them now for probably about 4 weeks. And yeah, feel great, to be honest. I feel great anyway. But I did notice 2 things, and one was improved libido. I noticed firstly. Then the second one I noticed about probably a week after that was vivid dreams. I've always been. I track my sleep every night, and my REM sleep is still about the same, in between 1 to a bit over 2 hours a night. But as soon as I'm dozing off, I'm already dreaming. It's pretty amazing, and that's what I noticed as well, which is pretty cool.
Powerful story, Anthony. You spoke to me about your experiences with NAD in injectable form.
Yep.
When you were playing. What were your experiences? And I guess you must be looking forward to getting the Protandim NAD, which, as I've said, I think this is the most exciting health product that we'll see in some time. And the company's got some pretty amazing data coming out about its effectiveness on top of the Protandim, the signature 2 Protandim products. So just talk to me a little bit about what you experienced with NAD in injectable form.
Yeah, so, I'm always listening and researching about any cutting-edge thing that offers longevity along with a good lifestyle, first and foremost. It's just a nice little add-on. So it was only a couple of years ago, or last year actually, I did the NAD intravenous injection. And, it's great, but you have to sit there for 3-4 hours, because you have to really administer it really slow, because you get lightheaded, and it's pretty powerful stuff. But what you're just mentioning, Arthur, NAD form in a tablet, is going to be pretty amazing. Just a little bit about it is that it helps cell communication. So as we age, we're made up of trillions of cells, and the communication between each of those cells starts to break down. It's just a natural aging process. NAD helps with that communication to stay younger for longer, along with the NRF1, NRF2, mitochondrial energy and oxidative stress in the body, the 3 major aging pathways that science has now proven that those 3 tablets work on those 3 pathways. Along, if you're looking after yourself, you're getting 7 to 9 hours sleep a night, you're eating whole fresh food, good healthy fats, you're getting natural sunlight, you're barefoot on the earth, you're getting good quality cleaning products and skincare products on top of the nutrigenomics products, then wow, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, that's for sure.
Fantastic. What a great story. And thanks for sharing that with us, Anthony. It's a real privilege to be working with you on this project.
No, I appreciate it, mate. I love it. I'm into it, and can't wait for the new one to come in.
Yeah, terrific. Great. And so our next speaker is Nick Reditis. And could I just remind anyone who's on the call just to mute your phones, just check that your phone is mute. So Nick became somewhat of a superhero in the network marketing circles as a young guy, because he was a member of what they called the $1 Million Club in his previous company, and we're delighted he's a core member of our club now. And I'm just going to ask Nick to just talk to us a little bit about why this vehicle, Nick, is provides us with that right time, right product moment for everyone on the call.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Arthur. And Anthony, mate, I enjoyed hearing your story.
Appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, actually, we've got lots to talk about because nutrition and health is a passion of mine, absolutely. So.
Excellent. We should talk.
We've got lots to talk about. Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. Guys, most of you don't know me here tonight. 20 years ago, I started with a network marketing company. I had big dreams. I was married very early. I had children early. By 27, I had 3 children. And 20 years ago, 2000, I was 26 at the time. And I heard about this. There we go. Sorry. I heard about network marketing, and I happened to stumble across a good company. It happened to be a good company. Now, I was hungry for opportunity, and I probably would have tried anything. I probably would have got involved in a tier 2 or tier 3 company and not known any better. I happened to get involved in a tier 1 company. I worked my backside off, and I studied the industry, and I studied and I taught people. And over a couple of years, I did quite well, actually. I did extraordinarily well, and I was able to retire at age 28. And I took a long 15-year break. Now, fast forward many years later, I have come full circle. I have to do it all over again. For certain personal reasons, I have to do it all over again. And I've chosen LifeVantage as my vehicle, my wealth creation vehicle. But I'm a lot wiser this time around. It was a little bit of helping hand from above that I just got involved in a good company last time. This time I knew actively what I was looking for. Now, I've never shared this with anyone yet. I'm going to share this with you guys tonight. That's my checklist. No one knows my checklist. So I'll share this with you. You might want to take some notes. So when I saw LifeVantage, it's the only company ever in 20 years that's ticked all 15 boxes. So I've never seen a company tick all 15 boxes before. And the last company came close. It came to tick most of the boxes, and I made a fortune out of it, right? And LifeVantage has actually ticked for the first time ever all 15. So this is my little checklist, how to select a home business. And I'm going to actually make a little video of this, so I'll publish this next week, but you guys can have a heads up. So this is what I was looking for and why I jumped on board very quickly LifeVantage about 4 months ago. So number one, I would only partner with a public company that's on the stock market and that's profitable. Now that automatically calls out 99% of business. If you type in Google home-based business, if you type in work from home, you'll literally get millions of websites, millions and millions. You'll literally call out 99.9% of them just by selecting amongst the ones that are publicly traded on the stock market. And you want to choose a stock exchange as a large one. So LifeVantage is actually on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange are the 2 biggest exchanges in the world. So it's a very, very big tick. So so LifeVantage is publicly traded and it's profitable. So number 2, you want to choose a company that's a member of the DSA. The DSA is a direct selling association. Their website is dsa.org. They're the industry watchdog. They're the police. They're the regulator that protects consumers. It protects us distributors. It protects the good companies from scams. It sort of separates them. So if your company is listed in the DSA, it's a pretty good company. So out of the thousands of companies, there's only about 200 listed and qualify for the DSA. So again, LifeVantage qualifies for that. And actually our CEO is on the board of directors. So just by knowing those 2 little points, if someone knows that, you're literally 99% in front of the game already. Number 3 is timing. Now, everyone knows timing's important, but how do you qualify that? How do you actually sort of make that tangible? If you look at a lot of studies, and if you look at Inc.com, they will tell you that up to 96% of businesses fail in their first 10 years. That's not just in this industry, that's across every industry. So companies, 96% of them fail in the first 10 years. They don't get through that 10-year mark because it's really hard, guys. It's really, really hard to make everything successful long term. So what you want to do is you want to choose a company that's just over 10 years old, but it's less than 25 years old, because about 25 years it sort of starts to plateau. So you want to get involved with a company that's sort of at the bottom end of that growth curve. So it's 10 years, 10 state problems, and then growth, and then stability. So you want to get involved when everything's been figured out, but at the beginning of that growth curve. And LifeVantage is perfectly positioned. Number 4, you want to get involved with an expanding market. An expanding market, if you look at the DSA again, that will tell you that wellness is by far, and I've got a graph here which I'll make it in my presentation, but I've got a graph that shows you the wellness products by far outstripping the other products, like the service-based products and just the personal care products and the household care products. So wellness is where you want to be, because it's an expanding market. And then the company, number 5, is ongoing expansion. So the company that you're involved with should be expanding every year into different countries and territories, and it should be expanding compliantly and legally. China, and it's now in China. So we're expanding very, very thoughtful every year, 1 or 2 countries every year. And number 6, this is probably going to resonate very strongly with Arthur and Anthony, is, do the products truly improve people's lives? Because that is so key to your long-term business success, and just you're doing good to the universe and just karma. You're doing a business that's helping people. But if you just take it from a business point of view, if you are promoting a company with products that are truly helping people, well, that company is probably going to be around for decades to come. And I would rather do something once and have it last for decades. So that's very, very important. And number 7 is, are the products consumable? Because there's companies out there that don't have consumable products. And what happens is, if you want to make more money, you've got to make a new sale. But when they're consumable, you can introduce somebody once and you can literally get paid hundreds of times on that one initial sale when you introduce them once. And I've experienced this in my last company. There's people 20 years later, they're still buying every month. And so it's long-term repeat sales is very important for your wealth creation. So consumable products. And number 8 is to have unique products. Now, if you don't have unique products, we have definitely unique products. We're actually in a category which I was oblivious to when I was a student of health and nutrition, and I was oblivious to NRF2 activation. I didn't even know about it. So if you don't have unique products, you're forced to compete on price and convenience. But if you've got uniqueness, well, then customers, they have to come to you. They've got to seek you out. So having unique product is very, very important. Now, this is a big one that probably most of you don't know about, the reorder rate. So when I was doing my 2 weeks of solid due diligence on LifeVantage before I got involved, night and day for 2 weeks, and interviewing people and interviewing not the CEO, one down from the CEO, the president of the Southern Hemisphere for LifeVantage. His name is Cortland. And I was interviewing the 4 top income earners in LifeVantage. When I looked in their back offices and I asked them to show me your stats, show me your retention rates, I saw something that I actually, with my eyes, I saw it over and over again. I couldn't believe it. The reorder rate in LifeVantage, the long-term retention, 3%. So I was doing some research on this, and there's a gentleman called, his name will come to me in a second. He's just a veteran in this industry, and he says the highest reorder rate he's ever seen in the company is 40%. He's never seen a company above 40%. And actually 20% reorder rate long term is actually considered pretty good in this industry, or actually in any company. A 20% reorder rate long term is actually considered pretty good. We've got 83%. That's unheard of. So that's a massive tick for us. Another one that we want to look for is to have more customers than distributors. So some companies have just distributors, and that's kind of a sign that it's not going to last very long. You want to run from those companies. We've got significantly more customers that are just buying it because they love the products than we have distributors. And that's a very, very good sign. So when you get involved with a company, you want it to have more customers than distributors. That's the way it should be. You want to have a company with a proven and visionary CEO and with a mission statement that resonates with you. That's very, very important. And I'll go, when I make my little report on this, I'll go into more depth. We've got a CEO that's been there, done it before. He's got real vision for the company. The mission statement of the company is beautiful. That's a big tick. Number 13 is independent accolades and awards. Number 14 is a fair and a leveraged compensation plan. And number 15 is are new people making kind of like financial freedom, and new people hitting the financial freedom status every single year. And I can say for the first time in 20 years, a company has come along, has ticked all those boxes, because I've never seen a company tick all the boxes before. It's the first time I've seen it. So that's why I chose LifeVantage. I chose it with a great amount of thought, and I chose it as my wealth creation vehicle. And the products have helped me a lot too. I've had some really nice health experiences. I was generally quite fit, but I've had some breakages. I had a motorbike accident and I had quite a few bones broken, and they've helped me. My joints are flexible and they're not sore anymore. And that was my product experience. And brain fog left me as well. I had brain fog a lot of the days, and that's left me as well. So the products has helped me a lot. The business is going well. It's growing beautifully, but I chose the company very thoughtfully and very methodically because I knew this checklist. So I'm happy to have any questions, guys. If anyone wants to ask any questions to Arthur or myself or to Anthony, that's my little that's what I had to say tonight.
Great talk, Nick. Thank you very much. And I think we just will open it to questions. So anyone on the floor who's got a question about the products or the business, Nick's a specialist in the business, or of course Anthony, that's a real expert in health and wellness and fitness.
Yeah, it's Mick here, mate. I just wanted to ask Anthony that, just ask him how when he's spoken to other teammates or former teammates, how do they respond to this sort of health treatment or lifestyle?
Yeah, it's a good question. In professional sport, when you go to the boys, or everything has to go through the coaching staff now. They're obviously, everyone's always a little bit wary of supplementation, but I can tell you that the supplements that they use are just conventional, normal crap that basically I got rid of when I was coming back to health and fitness, and I got back in 2010. I got rid of all that protein powders and all that crap, and I went all natural. Now this is something that I've just jumped on board with, but it's been a weird year, obviously with COVID. So they're basically in a real bubble at the moment, the rugby league players. So I haven't been able to see them at all. So just speaking to them about it, it's just a little bit on hold. But this is something that will give professional athletes, I think, an edge, along with good recovery and lifestyle choices. So it's hard at the moment to get the product into these players, but I'm sure in the very near future, speaking to our head of performance and just letting him do the research. Basically, it's just providing him the information, and you go do the research, because the research is undeniable.
And there's probably no company in the world producing a natural health product that has more science than Protandim, much to its detriment, really, because if you stick your head up in the nutritional therapies space, you have very powerful medical people on the other side of the spectrum, and that's what it is. It's a political spectrum of health and healing. And but Protandim, to their great credit, just kept going with it. Their reports and medical studies, and there's a great body of evidence there now. So anyone else would like to ask a question?
Yes, we had one there written. Yeah, correct. Number 13 was independent accolades and awards.
Any other questions? Any other trains of thought? Now's the opportunity.
I think was there one that come through then. What are my 4 things with nutrition? So my first one is the source of your products. So knowing where your food comes from. So if you're eating animal products, then all those animal products have got to be pasture raised, so the animal's healthy itself. If it's plant foods or fruit and veg, it's got to be seasonal and local if you can. And step 2 is the process of that. So cooking with the right oils first and foremost, and then if you're doing slow roast, then cooking them long and slow over 4, 5, 6, 7 hours to keep the nutrition intact. Step 3 is to decrease our consumption of processed foods and carbohydrates. And step 4 is the intermittent fast. So let the body heal and recover naturally through the power of not eating, and that's when the body turns to regeneration and repair. Along with these supplements, they're pretty powerful.
It's a really interesting point you raise about intermittent fasting, because the buzz on fasting at the moment, of course, is a longevity strategy, and when you fast, NAD levels rise in the body.
Yeah.
Yep, correct. So imagine practicing those 4 steps, intermittent fasting with the supplements. That's pretty powerful right there.
Anthony, how often do you fast? How often do you activate the autophagy?
Quite regularly. To be honest, I'm sort of 2 meals a day, basically, Monday to Friday, maybe 1 meal. I always vary it. I never do anything that's rigid and the same, because the body you'll get results, but then you'll plateau.
Yeah.
So my minimum daily is 12 hours. So if I finish eating at 8 this evening, then I won't eat till 8 tomorrow morning. And that's quite easy. That's the minimum. But then when you extend that a bit longer from 12 to 16, that's when you start to go into fat burning mode and ketosis, the optimization of hormones, growth hormone rises, so your body's in full repair. And then that's, there's the term 16-8, which probably most of you have heard of. If you go beyond that, that's when autophagy kicks in, cellular cleansing and healing of the body. So I mix it up, really. I've done a few 3-day fasts where it's just water and salt only.
Wow.
But I've been practicing fasting for 3.5 years now. And it's just if I wake up tomorrow, and some days you feel hungrier than others, but my minimum is 12 hours, and I basically 2 meals a day, 1 meal a day, 3 meals a day, no meals for the day. Always give it variety.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
Last chance. Any questions before we close for the evening? And
yeah, so I've got a question. Hi, my name's Angela.
hey, Angela.
How are you? So in terms of marketing support, so I guess I've got 2 questions. One is what level of marketing support LifeVantage offers to, say, their distributors, and then, which is another related sort of question to that, but what technical advice, or if there's, say, a customer that you have that has a specific question, how would you, if you're not familiar with, the finer detail, what level of support would LifeVantage give back on that to you as a distributor?
One for you, Nick.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Hi, Angela. Is that a Greek surname or?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh, hi.
Yes.
Okay. So that was really the first part of your question. What support does a company give? So I want everyone just to understand the big picture before I answer that. So LifeVantage, in the beginning, wasn't a network marketing company. It was a tradition. It marketed its products traditionally on the shelf, and it had this amazing product. And for years, no one was buying it. It was actually cash burning for years. It wasn't successful as a business financially, because on the shelf, no one knew what an NRF2 activator was. So it was forced to go through word of mouth advertising or direct sales or network marketing. So highly effective, unique products tend to do really well in this industry. Like Me Too products don't do so well in this industry. Okay, so I just want you to understand that background information. Now, the responsibility of a good network marketing company is to make amazing world-class products is to spend their money not on advertising, spend their money on research and development, is to ensure product development, product fulfillment is all done, and is to ensure that the compensation plan is maintained, and if you deserve money, for you to get paid. That's a responsibility of the company, okay? And then to abide by all the laws so you can build a long-term business. The companies really don't have a responsibility to make marketing material. That's the companies working with the leaders in the field to make the marketing material. So I wanted to get involved with someone right at the top of the company so I could actually have my say, because I'm new and I haven't got track record yet in life vantage. So I purposely chose someone very, very high up in the company to partner with, and I interviewed the 4 top income earners in Australia, and I chose a lady to be my sponsor. I actually was interviewing for a sponsor, and her name is Charlotte. Now, one of the reasons I chose Charlotte is, well, she happens to be the top income earner in Australia, but I chose her more for 2 other reasons. A, because her personality is amazing, and B, because she's got a great system. So if someone joins our team, we give you a password to it's called Team Activate. We give you a password to Team Activate, you get in, and everything's in there. Like how to get started, how to talk to people. There's this little video tutorials. You don't really need us. You can actually just plug in and you can hit the ground running if you're sort of self-motivated. So that was very, very important to me, because I got very tired of making the system last time. It's very time-consuming making the system, making marketing materials. So I wanted that ready. So it's all ready for you, okay? Now, in terms of what we can say compliantly, I haven't got a great answer for you right now, because I'm still feeling new in this company. The fact is, there's a lot of restrictions by legal restrictions on what you can say. So it's probably all those answers are in the system. It's a bit hard for me to answer that now, but this is how I did it last time. I didn't really talk about conditions, and I didn't talk about diagnosing people. I talked more about, this is how I'm doing it this time, I talked more about keeping your body at an optimal level, and your body does a magic, your body does a healing. And I say to people, I don't know how it's going to help you. It'll help if your immune system and your body is in peak condition, your body will be able to deal with most things, and everyone reacts differently. So I don't really get into specifics, because you can get yourself into hot water. We're not meant to diagnose people. We're not meant to give people medical advice. And so what I found with the years being in this industry, being in the wellness industry, is things of a degenerative nature. The products generally can help a lot. Things maybe of a viral nature, maybe not. Maybe that's where you'd go to your doctor. Things of a trauma, or maybe you go to your doctor to patch yourself up. But things of a degeneration issue, like eye degeneration, just arthritis, things that over time get worse because of bad food choices, bad lifestyle, as Anthony was saying. These products generally can help a lot, but I wouldn't try and Angela, I wouldn't get into the routine of trying to diagnose people. It's not that effective, and you're going to get yourself in trouble. Does that make sense?
If I could just jump in there, Nick. So one of the magic about this product line is that the products themselves don't do anything without the body. So the products, all they do is enhance the healing potential of the body. And that's why Nick summed it up very well. We can't tell you actually what this product will do for you. What it will do is enhance your body's capability of healing. And that's the miracle of the product. That's why when you go on Google and you see all of these, what they call unsubstantiated cases of healing from all sorts of diseases and disorders. And they are unsubstantiated because they'll help some of the people some of the time. And that's the problem with natural therapies. But the miracle of the product is that your body's healing potential comes up and it goes off and brings about remarkable healings. And that's what you read about. And once you start working with these powerful products and you see the healing potential, it's as I said earlier, you wonder why other people don't understand it and don't use it, this technology. and embrace these products because they're really powerful and they can bring about remarkable results. And then just in terms of, we've spoken about NAD coming online. When you drop NAD on top of a system where you've brought up your antioxidant potential with NRF2 and you've brought up your energy levels, and then you go in with NAD, I haven't experienced anything like it, and I've tried it, lots of different nutritional products, and we've been working with some really powerful products over the last 10 years. I haven't seen anything quite as powerful as this, and Delphine is exactly the same. It's been quite remarkable, and this is the reason we're on this journey. And I'm delighted that so many people here tonight. And as just as a wrap up, and I'd like to thank Anthony and Nick for your insights tonight. It's you come from very different perspectives on it, and it made for compelling viewing and listening. And I'd just like to invite say thank you to everyone else, and for those people. If you're keen to try the products, or better still, join us on this journey, then go back to the person that invited you on the call. They can answer more questions, and we'll have we'll hopefully see you again on another call. So thanks very much.
Thanks, Arthur. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Artie.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again soon. Thanks very much, everyone.
Nice to meet you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Thanks.